things that if I could just give your followers like my top 3 tips,
Yeah.
one, most women in the US, and I assume in the UK, what they call the modern Western diet, which both of our countries, it's similar, um, are not getting near enough fiber in their diets. They are getting less than 50% of the recommended daily amount of fiber, unless you're a vegan or a vegetarian, and that kind of has other issues, with B vitamins and stuff. So, my top tip for any woman who comes to me struggling is, what are you eating? I eat healthy. Okay. What are you eating? Well, I eat healthy. Okay. Let's get a nutrition tracker. And there's
Mm.
there's several for free. My favorite is called Cronometer, Cronometer. If one of your followers wants to type that in the comments, it's a free nutrition tracker. My daughter, who's a nutrition science major, pre-med, is trying to told me about this website. It's what they use in school. It was built not for
Wow.
calorie counting or ketosis. It was built for nutrition tracking. And so it really gives you a beautiful outlay of how much calcium, how much potassium, how much magnesium. So I try to change the mindset around just counting calories to counting nutrition. And there's a few core things to count: fiber,
Mm.
vitamin D. Are you getting enough vitamin D?
Yeah.
Magnesium is crucial at our age. Calcium,
Mm.
bones, everything else. Like, let's just track these things and then see where you end up. The fiber alone will do several things. If you're not getting enough fiber and all of a sudden you start increasing the amount of fiber in your diet through legumes, whole grains, avocado, seeds, nuts, all the healthy ways to get fiber in your diet, and possible supplementation. But
Mm.
really, the majority of your nutrition should come from food. We only supplement a healthy diet. Um, your blood sugars will go down. Your fasting insulin levels will go down. So your hunger will go down. I mean, insulin is the fat storage hormone and the hunger hormone. And so I start
Mm.
talking a lot about that. And our insulin resistance naturally increases with age, and it really goes up in perimenopause and menopause. Because of our declining estrogen levels in perimenopause, our steroid hormone binding globulin, which is the carrier of our sex hormones in the
Mm.
bloodstream, decreases. So the activity level of other hormones increases because there's more unbound or free. Okay, now this gets a little technical,
Right.
but as our androgen, free levels of our androgens increase because estrogen's decreasing and the binding globulins decreasing, those increased androgens are driving more insulin resistance and more fat to the abdomen through the deposition of visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat inside of our bellies that wraps around our organs. It is why women notice in perimenopause and menopause that their abdominal girth is increasing where they never had it before. A woman's
Yeah.
body composition will change if she does
Yeah.
exactly the same thing as she did in her 30s, where fat that was deposited, you still will deposit fat on your hips and thighs, but suddenly you're becoming an apple where you weren't before. Now this is outside of polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is kind of menopause, certain aspects of menopause on steroid, early.
Yeah.
But so my nutritional recommendations are around decreasing visceral fat, decreasing inflammation. We don't count calories. I get women to let go of calorie counting and to start focusing on nutrition and to use other ways to measure their health outside of what that scale says.